there, welcome back to my channel. It is Christy here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, Pisces, check a link in the description box to learn your whole birth chart. And that way, if you want additional messages for the week, you can always look at your Moon and Rising sign on top of your Sun sign reading today. This is for the week of July 4th to July 11th. I'll be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck for the main spread, 3 cards today, and then bottom of the deck card for general energy for the week. And then, of course, additional cards from each of the Healing with the Angels Tarot and the Medicine card Tarot. If you've been watching for the past couple of months, you'll notice that I've been asking what are general messages for your signs. I'm going to switch that up a tiny bit this week and ask instead, what is it that your sign needs to know? And I'm hoping, even in a general sense, that there is something less complex and more specific for you in terms of what you may not already be cognizant of, in terms of situations in general or solutions. So that's the reasoning behind asking a different question. So I will do that during shuffling, and for now I'll begin with a prayer as always. So Pisces, I wish for you all success, joy, and wellness. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. And I ask that Gaia please bless this reading for Pisces. All right, so what does Pisces need to know? So I'm asking all archangels and angels present currently, what does Pisces need to know? So right out of the fence here, Pisces, in the central position, we have the card Not For You. So whether or not you've been aware that you've had to let go of something, whether that's an idea, attitude, behavior, concept, project, person, etc. Again, this is general, so whatever is going on generally most prominently in your life, I'll encourage you to apply these messages to. But so far we have the Not For You, which is essentially saying what you are involved in right now with that one concern or person, etc., is probably not in your best interest. And that could be for several reasons. It could be that it's just not the right time. It could be that something better awaits you. It could be that it's just altogether not helpful. So any number of those things, that's going to run the spectrum as to why it's not for you, but it is something that you need to know. And it might even be something that you've realized and it's sort of been humming under the surface, and you've maybe even been questioning this for yourself, like, should I be doing this? Should I be involved in this? Should I be believing this? Etc. And if that's what you've found yourself in the middle of over the last little while, and you're thinking of this one incident or person or concept in particular right now, these cards are suggesting that it's very much time to get away from this. It doesn't look like it's overly new. It does look like it's something perhaps that you've been spending a lot of time on. Now, because there are a lot of hearts here next to the soulmates card, I'm going to suggest that this could very well be a relationship, a love affair, a partnership, something of that sort, where there is a portion of it, if it's not the whole thing, if it's a portion of it that isn't working for you, that you have to be really bold about declaring. That's what I'm seeing here next to the soulmates card. And then we have go the distance on the other side. I just think this is really interesting here too, because it's something that I really feel if you are able to let go of this or walk away or reject, etc., I think it's going to actually leave room for you to forge forward. It could even be making you feel stuck for the last little while, and you weren't aware of that, or you weren't aware of how to tackle it. And perhaps it wasn't even, you didn't even think of, or it wasn't suggested to you, or it wasn't even contemplated that you have the option to walk away from this or leave it behind, or to even put it aside. Like it's something, maybe this isn't the time and you can put it on the shelf for another time. So that is an option as well. So it doesn't necessarily mean the end, so to speak. But I do think that in ridding yourself of this particular thing, person, idea, etc., in terms of what do you need to know, I do think it'll help let you forge ahead in a much faster, more efficient manner for yourself in terms of accomplishment or peace or happiness. And we will look at these in detail in just a moment, some of the major themes within the cards, but we're going to look now at the bottom of the deck energy card, which is between two worlds. So you'll notice, first of all, that there's color and black and white, and then there's a flamingo. So it might even be that you felt like you have been standing still, that things have been going by you or past you, and you, for whatever reason, have felt left out of something going on. And it could even simply be this decision or being part of the decision making here. But if you have been feeling left out, I think this is your week to create an opportunity for yourself where you reject at least one portion of what you feel strongly is holding you back. Okay? And contemplate that for yourself, Pisces, what that means for you this week. And certainly, if there are colors, imagery, or even terminology that I'm using today that is helpful to contemplate on in order to help yourself move ahead, I encourage you to do that as well. And another way to look at this also is to say that you are leaving something behind that you're ready to let go of. Okay, and this is a beautiful aspect of the central position card, and then the overall energy card, which is, I really feel really strongly like as soon as you make your mind up about this, you're going to be like, oh my God, of course, like this is going to solve so many things if I just take this one step or make this one move. But you really do have to stand up for yourself with regard to this move or decision. I don't think you're going to be alone or you're going to be orphaned because of it. That's not what it says here. In fact, you might even feel that in making this decision, you might even feel closer to someone else or closer to your objective. So like I said, the not for you central position card, sorry for the glare there. We have the fortune cookie in the center of a chess game, and the fortune cookie message says nope. Another way to read this is to simply consider what you are imagining or contemplating this theme or idea or person is. If you've ever used the words game around this concept or situation or person, etc., this week, if the term game has been used, I think it's time for you to say, nobody wins, nobody loses. I'm just not willing to play this anymore. I have better things to do. That might even be as simple and as complete and sort of profound as it gets here. I think you simply just have to say, oh, no, I don't want to play that game anymore. That's not for me. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to move on. I'm moving forward. And the reason I feel that you're going to be supported by this, even if it's all about you and you are standing up for yourself and you're putting your foot down, so to speak, I think that you're going to be really protected and even admired because of this. I think you're going to have someone, even if this isn't a love relationship, as in romance, you're going to have, and soulmates oftentimes aren't romance. We can have soulmates and friends with animals, for heaven's sake. So whatever that soulmate is for you, it could be a parent, it could be an animal, it could be a best friend, it could be someone online you've never met in person. But you know that feeling, and that's all that matters to you, what that soulmate feeling is for you. That person has an opportunity to be here for you this week and to support you through this decision making. To even say, like, you might even hear from them and they're saying, oh my God, like, I've been dying for you to make this decision, or I'm so proud of you, or this is next level for you. So I really feel here that someone has your back and someone feels very proud of you, and you are very supported by them in not playing games anymore. Okay, and then with go the distance, you are about to win some sort of race. And like I said, you're in the middle of something, and like this central position card sort of shows up, or rather shows here, you could be in the middle of a game or a race, or feel like you are, and you're almost here at the end. This is the end flag. So perhaps this is all about getting to where you want to be by being able to let something go. And like I said at the beginning, it could be the time and the place to do this, because I think you're just sort of sick and being in between these two worlds and feeling like you're stuck. Like we know when we consider the flamingo birds on people's lawns, and so does as an example, they're beautiful, and yes, we find them in nature and they walk around rather slowly, but the point there is that they're stuck, like they're not going anywhere. So if you are to be in nature and you're acting naturally and you're moving about in the world, you this is a requirement for you to keep going. You need to move, make a move. But make sure it's for you, and make sure it's the end of a game that you're not willing to play anymore, because like I said, I just don't see, I mean, maybe there is a winner at the end of that game, but it's almost like, well, what are you winning? And probably even more importantly, at what cost? Okay. So Pisces, one of the final cards for your reading is the healing card. This is so beautiful for you, just because I really feel in essence here, this is what is going to be provided to you. This is even how you're going to feel once this decision is made to get away from this game playing, or what feels like a game, a process where there's no end type thing. And I think there's just an enormous sense of healing and support. And I do feel that these go together actually quite well, the soulmates and the healing. It could be that you find the healing within this soulmate relationship, or it could be that you're emboldened by this decision and you express yourself more readily and with more joy and more availability, and you're able to help someone else heal. Ultimately, when we help ourselves, we do help other people, and there's no making someone else do anything. We can't control other people, not their minds, not their hearts. The only control we have is over our own minds. So I think if you're able to see that for what it is, and you're willing to accept the healing that will occur because of the decision that you need to make around here, and I do think that you'll be supported here. I think that you'd be able to get what you want in terms of love and affection and support and togetherness even faster. All right, so here is your final card. Oh, we have the turkey. The turkey's keyword is giveaway. So listen, I and I'm glad you see me shuffle, so you know I'm not just like pulling these cards out and making up a story. Like, this is beautiful. You are ready to give away what isn't working for you. And only you know what that is, Pisces. And only you can make this move. Other people can support you, right? All they want. Other people can be there at the end of your race and congratulate you. And other people or entities or environments can show you what you're missing, but they can't make this move forward for you. And I think you've made enough sacrifice, and I think it's time to enjoy. If the game is over, that one game is over, you can create something new in your life as well. So maybe look at it that way too. Like, it doesn't mean like the end of everything, or the excitement's gone, or that relationship, that phase is over and therefore everything's over. I just don't see that being the outcome. I think that you're still en route to something bigger and better if you just close down something that is simply not good for you. So I'm going to leave it there. If you have a moment, please let me know how this works out for you this week. I'm always sincerely curious how this works out. I'm not a Pisces, so I don't know how this is going to play out for you. But if you have a moment, let me know what this looks like for you and if it helps. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I upload videos for your zodiac sign every week. So until I meet you next time, Pisces, please take good care of yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you then. Bye for now.